Hi, it's Gwen Fox, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, because we would love to have you. Now, in the last video, I talked about you have decided that you want to become a professional artist. And someone wrote in and they said, but how do you do that? How do you become a professional artist? And what did you do to become a professional artist? So I thought, okay, that's a really good question, so let's do it. But first, let's decide what a professional artist is. Now, in my opinion, a professional artist brings in significant income from their art to help pay the bills. It can be from the sale of their paintings, coaching, or whatever it is they want to do. The other thing is that they have their own style. They have developed a style, a recognizable style that people look at, they understand, they recognize your painting from across the room. They also have a website where people can go and look at their work to see exactly what you do. And they also have a marketing plan. Now, I have to admit, I did not do that. Why? Because I did not know how at the time. I do now, but I did not know how at the time. The other thing is that professional artists are committed. They are determined that they are going to go through and do what they want to do. So if you are determined, you're on the right track. Now look over your day and decide a routine. This is something that you want to do. How many times are you going to go into the studio? How many hours are you going to go into the studio? If there comes a day that you don't feel like going into the studio, what are you going to do? Because you are the CEO of your company. Therefore, every decision that you make is of a decision for your future. So what are you going to do? You're going to go into the studio. Because guess what? If you had a 9-to-5 job, you would be in there because you would have to be. This is your job. This is what you do. So develop a routine and decide, what do you have to offer? What is your uniqueness that you have to offer for the people that are viewing your work? Not what other people have, but what do you have? Let's say you're a watercolorist and you love to paint landscapes, or you're an oil painter and you love to paint landscapes. Why? Why do you love it? Write this down, because this is going to develop your strengths so that you know what you have to offer. It could be that you like the way the light hits the trees or the land. You like the glow, you like the colors, you like the location. It doesn't matter what it is. It is your unique perspective that is the counting point here, because that is one of the things that you offer that no one else can offer in your perspective. Because as we said in the last video, you are unique. There's only one of you. Only one of your perspective, only one of your thought processes. Now, there's one thing that I do want you to remember, that all of this at the beginning is going to change throughout your career. Like, your vision of painting landscapes is going to change. Does that make it wrong? No, it's because you're growing and you're loving what you do, and people love to watch an artist grow. If they don't, they're boring. Now, there are certain things that an artist really needs to have in order to be successful. Number one, curiosity. Curiosity is creativity all in one. Because curiosity is like going by a pile of trash and looking at it and defining some shapes that you like. Curiosity is wondering how you can make that pile of trash a really pretty painting. I challenge you on that. Make something beautiful out of nothing. It is quite the joy to be able to do that. I've had classes do it, and they've turned out to be quite interesting. In They say, in fact, they have said, I'll never pass a bunch of junk or a pile of trash again without looking at it, finding the shapes, finding the color, and developing a design. That is really important. Now, the other thing that they need is persistence. I mean, you've got to be persistent in order to be an artist. You've got to know what you want. You've got to know your vision. And your vision, what is your vision for your art? You say, well, I don't have one. Well, this is what we're going to do, is to sit down and really think about that, because it's so important. Your vision is your future. Your vision will change, and that's okay. But you change along with the vision. The other thing you need is you need passion. Because passion is going to get you through the rough times, and there will be rough times. There are going to be times when you get turned down at a show. It's your very best painting you've ever done. Your friends get in, and you don't. It needs passion to be able to get through this. The other thing is self-discipline. Self-discipline and knowing that when these hard times come, you're okay with it. Because, as I said, you're going to get turned down for shows. I got turned down by so many shows. But it was keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, was I disappointed? Yes, I was. But I didn't let it get me down past a certain amount of time. I had to have my pity party. Put that timer on and give myself 10 minutes. 10 minutes is over, I'm done. Pity party's over. The other thing is to be open to marketing. Now, I realize and I know that artists just want to paint. They don't want to do the marketing. But marketing is important, because how are you going to let people know you exist? How are they going to find you? But there's something really important about marketing that you have to decide, is that what are you going to choose for your marketing, and how are you going to do it? Are you going to choose Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? Are you going to choose YouTube? What are you going to choose? Because I really strongly suggest that you don't use all of them. Just because, I mean, you can use all of them, but just make sure that you are really good at one of them, because that's going to be your main source. And get over the business of, I want so many likes in Instagram. It doesn't matter, the likes. It's the quality of work that you put out and the view you have of yourself as an artist, because that's how you are going to approach the easel. I know you've heard me say that before. Now, with all of that said, every artist probably does it a little different. And I certainly did. Because when I decided to be a professional artist, I knew very little. I knew I had to work hard. I knew I had to be committed. But I was not quite sure what that involved. So I decided that I was just going to interview people. I was going to read about people that were complete successes. Now, I knew lots of people had done this, but I wanted my questions answered. I wanted to do the interviewing myself. And I did. I did CEOs. I did musicians. I did writers. I did athletes. I did as many people as I could in as different professions as I could. And there was one thing that came out, one thing that was dominant in everything, and that was, you cannot do it alone. They never did it alone. They had help. They had a coach. Now, can you do art alone? Can you be successful? Yes, you can. But it takes a lot longer. I was not in for the slow track. I wanted the fast track. So I opted for the fast track, and I said, oh, well, if you need a coach, then maybe that's what I need to get. And I looked around, and at that time when I was doing it, couldn't find an art coach. And I thought, well, you know, what I really need is a mindset coach. I need to develop the confidence in my work. So I found one. I lived in Colorado at the time, and I flew to Connecticut 4 times a year for a day and a half to be with a group of people, about 30, that were extremely successful, and I was the only artist. And I have to be very honest with you, I don't think they knew what to do with me because they had never had an artist before. This changed my life and changed my career. And today I have a coach. I wouldn't be without a coach. Why? Because I always want to be on the cutting edge of everything so I can pass that along to my people. Now, do you have to have a coach? No, you can do it without that. You can develop your own method. The thing is that that's how I did it that changed my life. As far as the marketing plan, I didn't know how to do it. And, you know, I did it because I learned to believe in myself. I learned to develop the confidence. I also realized that there was no way out. I had to do this or not, for the simple reason that I am totally and absolutely unemployable. What do I mean by that? I daydream a lot. I don't want a 9-to-5 time slot. I want to do what I want to do. And I don't want to sit at a desk from 9 to 5. I could do it, but I don't want to do it. And time is very valuable. And I decided, hey, I'm not going to do that. I am unemployable, so I better make this work. So these are the things that I have found that really make a difference in developing yourself as an artist. So I hope this has helped, and let me know if you want to expand on other things that I've mentioned in here. I will be glad to do that. Anyway, have a very, very good week. I will see you next Thursday. Take care. Use bold strokes, guys. Bye.